Hello YouTube, this is Justin. I'm redoing a video I did earlier because I found out it had no sound to it. On top of that, I'd like to wish everybody a Happy New Year. And this will be a video that going over some of the bowl games I think that will be interesting this year. Without saying, I think the West Virginia, Florida State Gator Bowl will be one of the good ones to watch because it is Bobby Bowden's last game as the head coach of Florida State, and I think Florida State will win the game. But with that being said, I would also like to throw in that there will be a game tonight between the Miami Hurricanes and the Wisconsin Badgers in the Champs Sports Bowl, and I will be picking the Wisconsin Badgers. In the Holiday Bowl, I think will be an interesting matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So with that being said, I'm going to go with my favorite team here and go with Nebraska. Yes, I think Arizona could win this game, but I think Nebraska will win the game just because of how they played against the Texas Longhorns. With that, now to say that, and the next bowl game I'm going to pick is the Sun Bowl, and it has the Oklahoma Sooners versus the Stanford Cardinals, and I will be taking the Oklahoma Sooners in that game because I think Oklahoma has underachieved all year, and I think they'll win this game to show some respect, even though I hate OU. In the next bowl game that I think will be interesting, on the, is it the 30th or 31st? It's on the 31st, and that's the Chick-fil-A Bowl between the Virginia Tech and the University of Tennessee. I'm going to go with Virginia Tech here because I think Virginia Tech has a better defense and a better offense overall. With that being said, my next game that I'm going to pick, as I already alluded to, Florida State winning, but they'll be playing West Virginia, if I forgot to mention that. And the ultimate reason why I think they'll win, because they want to let Bobby Bowden go out on a win. In the Capital One Bowl, I think will be interesting between Penn State and the LSU Tigers. I'm going to go with Penn State because something to prove. In the Sugar Bowl between the Florida Gators and Cincinnati Bearcats, I'm going to pick another upset and take the Cincinnati Bearcats because I think Florida's had too much media involved in this, first off, and second off, I think Cincinnati wants to prove themselves. The Cotton Bowl is between the Oklahoma State Cowboys and the Mississippi Rebels, or University of Mississippi, or some people say Ole Miss. I'm going to take Oklahoma State since this is a rematch from 2003, same bowl, where Eli Manning won. But I think Oklahoma State will win this time around. Then in the Fiesta Bowl between Boise State and TCU, I'm going to take TCU because I think they're the better overall balanced team. But I know Boise State can play too. They beat Oregon, who's also a B.C.S. team. So I would not be surprised if Boise State wins this game. Most of these bowl games, I think, can be watched on ESPN 360. So that's a good thing. In the next bowl game I'm going to pick is between the Central Michigan Chippewas and the Troy Trojans in the GMCA Bowl. I think Troy will win the game, mainly because I know who Troy is, but I could be wrong here and Central Michigan win. But this ought to be a very interesting matchup since both teams, since Central Michigan has 11-3 record or 11-2 record, and the Troy Trojans have the 9-3 record. They're both conference winners, so it should be an interesting game. And in the final bowl game that I'm gonna pick the B.C.S. national title game, which I think will be the most interesting game. And it features from the Big 12, the Texas Longhorns, and it features from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm gonna put my winners over in the bracket or in the description box. So the reason why I think Texas will win this game is because I think they are underrated. I think they are just as good as Alabama. They might not have shown it in their last game versus Nebraska, but Alabama at one point this season didn't show that they were a BCS contender when they barely beat the University of Tennessee Volunteers by 2 points, I think, 12-10 in Alabama. So I don't want to hear, oh, Texas don't deserve this. Texas went undefeated just like Alabama. Can Alabama win this game? Sure. But I think Texas will win the game. And I think Texas will win because of their defense and Colt McCoy. With Colt McCoy being one of the most accurate college passers of all time. Also, with that being said, I think if Texas for this game can find a running game, then that would complement them the best. So I'm going to take Texas scoring 24 and Alabama scoring 20. Well, anyways, I'm going to put my picks in the description box. On that Virginia Tech Tennessee game, I hate Tennessee, so I'm definitely pulling for Virginia Tech the whole way through. So I hope the Vols lose. Well, either way, y'all have a good one. Happy New Year. And I'm going to try to do a video response to Epidemics 20 rational faith question mark.